Hold up, hold up, hold up. It's that boy G Plans. Don't give a damn. He cooler than a fan. Walking real tall. Some say he's a man.
You know what I'm saying?
So 10,000.
So they gotta do their due diligence. At least 55 to 10.
Bare minimum.
Bare minimum. So it's like, who really got that money to tie up right now? The average person don't.
Not in this economy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's gonna always be problems. And even when people be leaving certain labels, they'll go back to them because they just didn't know how to fend for themselves. Fend for themselves on their own. So this whole time, when I was getting fucked over in the game, or when I was like making my bones, man, nigga, the whole time I'm learning, bro. I'm putting straight knowledge in my head. I'm reading. I remember I even helped Fiend a while back. Because
Fiend No Limit Fiend?
Yeah, because he was trying to do some shit with his old No Limit contract, and it just so happened that the contract was a template. The Trill contract was a template of the No Limit contract, because they had left No Limit at certain pages on the contract. It's just this disgusting paperwork. And they even got a clause at the last paragraph in the contract that say, oh, and if we did fuck over you, I'm paraphrasing, if we did fuck over you, just call us to give us a chance to make it right before you take us to court and sue us. You know what I'm saying? So not only do you know you're doing bad business, but you trying to protect yourself doing bad business. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas living off the catalog of the artists that they've had. And meanwhile, the artists that they've had, you look at the roster of niggas. Mm-hmm. Niggas looking bad. Niggas have no direction. Still upset about the old days. And it be hurting niggas. And don't nobody look at the emotional aspect of that shit, because hurt people hurt people.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So just imagine if this was my heyday and my window of opportunity that you took from me. Now I'm still out here broke and don't know what to do. I know I was talented enough at one point that you was putting money into my music and shit. Mm-hmm. But for me to not make nothing back off it, that's total disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the grand scheme is, if other black people doing this to other black people, like, damn, dude, you can't really talk about the white folks now.
Now, I want to say this, like, I mean, and what I don't have no dealings with Trill on business side to say anything. This is just your story.
Right.
But what if somebody from a Trill representative might see this? What you think they gonna say to?
It don't fucking matter. It don't, bruh. I'm gonna tell you this. It's been a blessing that God has grown me enough to stay off they head. Not the other way around. You gotta realize we was kids going through dealing with them dudes. We was kids, bro. A lot of us was 22, 23 years old, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with them dudes and not really knowing the game. But do you think I'm gonna feel compassion for somebody that fucking purposely jacked me, and I'm gonna feel some kind of way about how I'm saying? Nah, like I say, the truth never changed, bro. The truth never changed. And you know, man, people gotta deal with shit one way or another, whether God deal with them or whether you eventually get to deal with them. They gotta deal with that shit for everything they've done. You got, even myself, I gotta deal with all the shit that I've done in life. I've paid for it in some kind of way, or I'm still paying for it. But I understand I'm not above being handled for not behaving righteously. That's just some universal law shit. So what I do on purpose is get my ass up. I pray first thing before I touch my phone. I give my whole day to God. I ask God to lead me even in the decisions that I help my young niggas make. I ask him to help me be a vessel and to guide people properly and not to mislead them. Because this is all things that was done to us. You know what I'm saying? So in the eyes of something bigger, it don't matter if I'm offending people with the truth, because the truth gonna be the same. So if you offended by it, fix it, nigga. Fix it.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, man, that be the thing too, is like a lot of pride won't allow niggas to fix their mistakes. And we probably could have had something that lasted a little longer and still would be going, you know what I'm saying? Because they be struggling to really get traction too. Just like the rest of us out here, we all struggling trying to get some traction in the music shit. But I've just learned how to work my magic on, and I know my value, and I just refuse to lower my boundaries or go against my own boundaries for anybody else now at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You did say that. Now, one thing I want to bring up since we talking about that, one of the best records to me on Savage Life 2, Flies the Eagle. Mm-hmm. Webby, Fox, Pimp C. You produced that.
I produced that solely.
So, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, BJ, out the gate, BJ came with a rendition of the hook because he had the idea, and we was discussing the idea on the way from a ride from Baton Rouge to Atlanta. And by the time we ended up getting to the studio, man, I did the entire beat because he was fucking with a little bitch. Mm-hmm. So how you gonna do the beat and fuck with a bitch at the same time? Like, you gave me the hook, I did the beat, we bought that bitch back. Pimp ended up changing some words in the hook, so that kind of made you a little more irrelevant. But for him to sit there and then we even had a meeting, and in the meeting I'm sitting down in front of Turk and Mel and BJ, and I'm calling this nigga. I'm like, I ain't calling him a liar. I said, you a fucking liar. And that's what made me really stop dealing with them niggas. That was like the icing on the cake, bro, because Pimp, one of my favorite artists of all fucking time. Mm-hmm. So when you know what I'm saying, when I just know what I know about dude, I always correct people. I'm like, nah, that nigga from Crowley.
He really is.
That nigga from Crowley, bro. I mean, he say PA, but the nigga from Crowley, so I be claiming him as one of ours. You feel what I'm saying? But just imagine, bro, you working with your favorite artist of all time.
Yeah.
And a nigga trying to rob you of that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, why, bro? Why, though? And that ain't no real nigga shit. So it's like, long as niggas standing on lies, bro, you can never be a real man.
So when you came up with that beat and finished that beat, you was actually with him when he recorded it?
No, that's the thing. BJ bought the beat to the session. I didn't even go to the session. Yeah, because I was in Atlanta still. So they was living down here still, you know what I'm saying? I hadn't moved all the way back down here yet. I was still back and forth. Because I had moved to Atlanta twice. Mm-hmm. And so he ran with the beat. I let him take that bitch down there. And he went to the session and presented it like he produced it. So then when we get to doing the paperwork and Courtney called me, first Duke called me. He was like, man, bro, I already know you gonna be mad as a motherfucker, man. Yeah, that nigga say BJ did the beat. And we about to say, man, BJ ain't did that beat. I did that fucking beat, man. I'm like, fuck that shit. That nigga ain't do nothing with it. Man, I already know, man. You know, yeah, I Duke beat. And so,
shout out to Duke, man.
Yeah, shout out to Duke, bro. But you know, I can't respect it, bro. And it was, and then.
So did y'all ever fix that?
No, they ended up giving him half the credit for the shit. And that's what made me say, fuck him.
So you got
I don't think I turned in a beat again after that.
So you got half and he got half?
Yeah.
But the whole time you produced the whole song?
The whole record.
That's crazy. I did not know that. And man, when that song come on,
that bitch be jamming.
Like when you heard it on, I mean.
But this my thing too, bro. All those sounds are my sounds. I even created myself. The board we was using was my board. It was an MPC 2000 at the time, the old school when you had to put the fucking SCSI card in. But that was one of the best beat machines to ever come through the game, the 2000 XL.
Do you still have it?
I don't got that bit, man. I lost so much equipment. But yeah, that shit be hurt. Like, people don't be knowing that shit be hurting more than anything. And my response to me being hurt is I'm gonna hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like with that shit, when that shit went left, I think I stopped talking to everybody except Fat. That's the thing, like I never not had a good relationship with Fat. I remember Mouse even left Trill one time and like Fat was on some biggity shit with him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck you then, you know, call your lawyer, bitch. You know, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, that's crazy. I've never heard that before.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit niggas don't know, man. But I do like the fact that we all kind of respect that era, and nobody really be like just jumping off the top rope on each other. But at the same time, I'm still not comfortable with the facts, and it's just like if I got jumped 10 years ago. And I see the niggas that jumped me. I don't give a fuck if it's been 10 years. I'm still gonna want my get back. So it's just the same way with my publishing, same way with my records, my you know, cause this go to my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when niggas don't care already how you don't eat or how you gonna eat, that's one thing. It's not your job to care how I eat, cause I'm a man, right? But don't take nothing out of my mouth neither.